tonight. So I'm like so incredibly grateful. So I'm going to go right into it. Caroline, I had the honor of interviewing her, and she's, I'm a diamond leader. If you don't know who I am, I'm Anna Sherry, diamond leader in the company. I've been in for 20 months. And this is actually my first interview that I've ever gotten to do for like another top leader in the business. So I am so excited. And I've actually had the pleasure of talking to her personally, thanks to Stacy, because I don't know, she just knew the season that I was in that month, and it was just extremely helpful. So I'm just going to let you kind of take over and tell us who you are and why you joined this business, just a short tidbit, and just kind of give us a little gist of you in a nutshell.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
That's perfect.
Okay. So yeah, I was actually going to be evacuating right now, but the hurricane cannot decide what it's doing. So I'm just kind of like waiting until, and then if I need to, I'll leave tomorrow. So it'll be all fun. I just moved here like last Wednesday, actually. Oh, it's a week today. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So
I was going to say, I feel like you just got there and now you're dealing with hurricanes. So
I'm like covered in boxes. So what's going to be my office is just the box storage room right now. So yeah, right. I just moved to the beach 7 days ago. I'm so freaking excited. So yeah, I'm Caroline. I'm 21 years old. And I actually started this in April 2018. I feel like an old lady saying that. Like, I don't even know how long that is. Oh my God. Okay, so it's well over 2 years. So I started when I was 19, you guys. I was actually a CNA in a nursing home, and I was working at a clothing store that was mostly for like older ladies. And I also have zero fashion sense. Like, you'll catch me in a sweatshirt, like no matter what. I don't look right in other clothes. And then I was also in college full time. So I was working about 80 to 100 hours a week and in school full time. And it was absolutely insane. And I realized that like, I started to not even have like a relationship with my boyfriend. Like we had to sleep on different schedules because I was working all night while he was working all day, and then I was in school all day, and I scheduled 4.5 hours of sleep mid-afternoon each day. So when I started realizing that we saw each other in passing, like I realized we had gone over a week without hugging. I didn't remember the last time I'd kissed him. It might have been like a month. I'm telling you guys, life is absolutely insane. And I like to consider myself kind of mature for my age. So saying, you know, I started this when I was 19, like I felt 19. Well, I didn't feel 19. I was 19, but I felt 30 because I never slept. I had so much responsibility on my hands. I was taking care of an ex-best friend's newborn child. She didn't have a job, and I was supplementing like their income too. So I was working nonstop, and I felt 19 going on 68. So I actually gained a ton of weight, you guys. I gained like 65 pounds super fast when I started working all those hours because I just wasn't used to not sleeping that much. I wasn't used to the stress. And then to stay awake, I was keeping, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those airhead things that are like this fat and like really long in the gas station. I kept them in my scrub pockets, and I would break off a piece and like chew on it while I was working night shift. So I was eating airheads. I was drinking Monsters and Kickstart energy drinks. I was just doing all the things to gain the weight. And I realized like how quickly I blew up. I went from like a medium-sized scrub to like almost double XL. And I was like, how did this happen? And so I saw a girl, I had never, just like everybody else, we saw a girl on Instagram, and I had never seen her in my life. I don't know how we got in contact because I had never been anywhere outside of my bubble in Alabama where like I'd grown up my whole life except for the border states. And she was at like North Texas near Oklahoma. So I don't know how we found each other. She didn't know how we found each other either. It's so weird. And I literally said, okay, what do most people get for weight loss? And this is what I want you guys to like really listen to. I literally said, hey, I really need to lose weight. Like, what do you have for weight loss? And she immediately goes, most people get the Fit 30. That's not a thing anymore, but it was back then. You guys, that was a $156 pack, 130 BV back in the day. And I didn't have the money but I used a credit card that I shouldn't have been using, and I maxed it to buy what she told me everyone gets to lose weight. And then I worked even more extra shifts. I hit like 120 hours that week. It was probably not legal to bump that balance back down from maxing out, because when you're desperate, you're desperate. And so I'm telling you, I got those products in, and the Fit 30, you guys, it was keto coffee, cleanse, wraps, greens, energy. Like, it was all the shake. We had, oh, I miss our shake, and our protein shake. And I didn't even like see results with it yet. I had just tasted all of it, and I was like, so I see she actually takes really cute, like, she's pregnant with this boy, and she is taking really cute maternity pictures. Maternity pictures are expensive. How does she afford maternity pictures? And if you've ever been pregnant, I've never been pregnant, but I knew, like, I'm not a mom. I was very young, but I knew maternity pictures were expensive. And I'm like, she's affording them somehow. So I always like ramble about this part of my story and fly through the rest because I think it's so important. But just because she was like, she offered me the huge pack right off the bat, I was like, okay, I'll get that. I'll let you know when I get the money. And then I was like, I realized she had expensive maternity pictures, and I was like, okay, now are you making money like selling what you just sold me? And she's like, yeah. So a month after I bought that pack, I signed up for like $49. There was randomly a deal. I didn't know it was even a deal or whatever. So I'm a $49 baby, and I didn't do anything for the first 2 weeks. So I have a really rough past in my town. So, but like the town I grew up in, I had to drop out of high school, and I was an honor student. I was in all the pep rallies. I was on color guard. I was in band. I did dance. I was in every club. I dropped out February of my senior year because of a lot of personal reasons and bad things that happened, and everybody thought I was absolutely insane, and then the town shunned me because that's not something you do at your 6A school when you're an honor student who's involved in everything. All the moms talk. So everyone shunned me. And then so when I started, I was like, everyone already hates me, so as soon as I post something, the rest of the people who might not hate me and they might just dislike me are just immediately going to hate me. So I had awful anxiety about posting. I was like, I just can't do this. And 2 weeks after I started, I finally made my first post. And from there, I begged my now fiance's best friend to buy our exfoliating peel for me to be my first loyal customer. I was like, you have acne, you need our exfoliating peel. I literally was like, I need you to be my customer, like, please be my customer. So he was my first customer. And then I took my products that I had, because I had a lot of products from the Fit 30 package, to work with me, and my coworkers were my other first four loyal customers for me to get my $100 shopping spree. So nobody that I knew personally besides him, because I basically forced him and because I've known him my whole life, supported me. And I just want you guys to know, like, you know, if you're new, if you're not, I think I have a new girl on here, or two. I have two new girls on here, which is amazing. Awesome, you guys. Congrats for hopping on. Thank you. Don't be discouraged when the people that you like love and care about, or people that you thought cared about you, don't support you, because it's very common. And if I can be double diamond now and support myself and have moved as much as we have recently, and have had that hand dealt to me when I first started, I think I got that shopping spree on the last day I could. So don't count yourself out just because people don't support you. So that was like a long ramble about the first part of my story. But anyways, my second month in, I went Ruby just because I wouldn't stop posting on Facebook. I was going nuts, like, hey, this team's going to the top. I had no clue what I was posting about. I just was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this bonus. And there's a $300 Ruby bonus for you newbies. But I was like, I'm going to get this bonus. I'm going to make this money from my phone. I'm going to end up quitting my part-time job because, again, I was working all those jobs. And I signed the 5 DTs needed to go Ruby. You needed 5 back then. And we went Ruby like all in like the month of June. It was absolutely insane. And then 2 months after that, I went Emerald. And then I stopped working after I went Emerald. And I'm very open about this. I literally was like, okay, I got a $5,000 Emerald bonus. I'm going to tell social media, and then I'm going to drop off the face of the earth and make my upline just like really confused. So that's what I did. I dropped off the face of the earth and I was like, peace out. And I stayed in all the team chats and in the team pages. And eventually my check went from a $1,250 paycheck in August to a $51 paycheck in December. Going from 4 figures to 2 figures that fast really hits you, and you're like, what the hell have I done? So money is what slapped me in the face. And then my crazy boyfriend at the time was like, let's go to Tampa, because conference tickets got announced. And it was December, and he buys these conference tickets. I owe my whole business to him now. He buys us conference tickets because he's thinking it's going to be this big party up vacation in Tampa. And we go, and I was terrified because I was like, conference is only something that the rich and skinny and pretty millionaire girls. Stop. No ma'am, I just got a new couch and my cats are okay. Sorry. I was like, only the top of the top, the tippy top, it's like a rich girl party. Like, nobody goes to conference who's like me. And I was very wrong. I went, and it absolutely changed my life. And I saw people getting recognized for losing weight. So I was like, ooh. And me and my now fiance looked at each other, and we were like, we want to be up there next year. And so in January of 2019, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And I had lost my entire team. Because I had quit after I went Emerald, like I had dropped off the face of the earth. So we left and went home, and I enrolled all the people that I needed, and we went Diamond 3 months after conference and got that $10,000 bonus to insert income disclosure here. And what was I going to say? Oh, and then I like stopped working again. After I went Diamond. Ooh, can you imagine that? So after that, I realized that, and I quit my job too. So I was really screwed because I quit my job, and I was going to rely on that Diamond income, and I stopped working, and I was like, dang, just because you go Diamond doesn't mean like your team's just going to work for you now. Because that's what I assumed. I was like, residual income? Hell yeah, I ain't got to work anymore. So that didn't happen. And my check went to like $200 from a Diamond paycheck. And I was like, I cannot live off of this. Like, I can't. So once again, my team lost all trust in me because I was like a crappy leader. Like, I fell off. I wasn't in contact. Like, they all didn't exist anymore. And it took a lot. And it was right then that I decided, I was like, you know what, I haven't made any changes to my health, because I had still been well over 200 pounds, and I'm only 5'2". So that's a good bit for me, and I carry weight awfully. And I was well over 200 pounds, and I was like, okay, I said I was going to be on stage next year for weight loss. It's time to get my act together. So we started being serious with the products. I was very vocal on social media that I was using these products to change my entire life. And when we got conference tickets and January came around in 2020, I got a message from Cammie on Facebook, and she was like, hey, you want to be on stage for weight loss? And I was like, what? So we talked in front of like 25,000 people last conference for our weight loss results. And that was a dream. I could not believe that we literally, the conference prior had said like, we're going to be up there next year, and it actually happened. So just speaking things out, period, helps so much. And putting things on social media makes you do it, or else you're going to feel like a loser and stupid because you told people you're going to do it and then you didn't do it. So tell people you're going to do something, because your pride is going to get in the way, and you're like, dang, now I have to. So, and then we got home from conference this year, and I moved across the country from Alabama to Texas. I have such a long story. I'm sorry. I feel like the details are needed.
No, you are fine. I'm loving it. Seriously. And I'm taking notes too. So you're good.
I'm almost done. We moved across the country. I had never lived away from my parents, and neither had my fiance. Oh, we got another fun fact. We got engaged the night before we left to go to a conference, and we also hollered it. And I was like, newly engaged in front of everybody. conference. So that was fun. And I celebrated my 21st there. That conference is so fun, you guys. I'm a very blue personality, and I am like very like that it's not in person this year. So I'm trying to get to Jade Hooper's VIP retreat because she's having one during this conference. So I'm trying to get to that. But so I moved from Alabama to Texas. First time ever on our own. It was 13 hours from any family, any friends, anything. Of course, we had It Works friends all over Texas because like It Works took over Texas. And I'm sorry. When I get hyper, my dog talks to me. I'm such an airhead. Oh my God. Okay. So we moved, and as soon as we moved, my 2 bridesmaids, my double and triple diamond upline, texted me, and they were like, "We're done. Like, done with business." And I never saw it coming. I didn't expect, like, I didn't know what to do without them. I didn't know how to work this business without them. Like, to me, like, they were the leaders. We used their team page. We depended on them to do the weekly Zooms. Like, even though I was a diamond, like, I wasn't, stepping up into that like leadership role, I guess the way I should have, and I didn't realize it until that point. But I was like, I don't know how it works. I don't know how to do this without them. So I had a huge breakdown because, again, like, they were my bridesmaids, and there was a lot of other hoopla behind it and some lies and just hurtful things, and it just was very messy. So that was March. Like, we had just moved to Texas, and they all lived in Texas too. That was another big part of moving to Texas. And I was like, look, I have 2 options. I can either keep crying every day, or I can go double diamond just to piss them off, like let them see me go double diamond just to piss them off. So I like got to my team, and I was like, you guys, because I got my leaders together, and I got very serious on leaders, and I started crying, and I was like, look, they're gone. Like, I had to explain that they had quit, and I was so sad. There's people who can attest to that. I was very emotional. Evelyn, I think Evelyn was on there. Yeah, Evelyn was on there, and it truly crushed me. And thankfully, now my next upline is Courtney Borvogel, and she scooped me up and has cared for me ever since. And now she's like my direct upline. And I was like, okay, well, I'm here for me. I started this business for me, and it's time to get a little selfish again. So they lit a fire under my ass, you guys. Here's my language. I'm from the deep south of the military family. And we went double in April, a year after we went diamond, because, let's see, we moved in March. From everything I'd ever known, they left. There was a lot of hoopla behind it that crushed me. Oh, and then there's this big thing on Facebook where I ended up having to block almost 2,000 people from my hometown. That like crushed me too. And March was just not a good month. So I was like, okay, friends, let's go double diamond to piss everybody and their mama off. So we did. And that was absolutely amazing. I have no clue how we did it. Don't ask me how we went from 7,000 group volume maintaining Emerald to 17,000 group volume as double diamond. So I don't know how. It was a team effort. You can't ask me how. I don't know how the hell we did it, but we did it. And now we are running towards triple. We've had a lot of ups and downs since that promotion. I've now moved from Texas to the beach in Alabama. So I moved again in the process, and now we're pushing triple. And it's just, I have a really long story, but I feel like there's a lot of details that have to be said, or else my story doesn't make sense.
No, I love your story. I mean, I feel like when I talk about my story too, it's like there's just so many little bits and pieces that I want to talk about. It was like rambling. Yeah, it's all over the place. And I've talked to you personally, and I'm kind of a talker, and I get really nervous and like things like that. But I love your story. I like what you said. I just want to point some things out that I kind of took from that. was the most people get. Like, I'm gonna start using that when I'm messaging people, just because I like the way that it sounds, because you're like making it sound like everybody wants it. So I love that. And 19 years old, like, you joined this business when you were 19. That blows my mind, because like, if I think about joining this business when I was 19, I'm 30. I would probably be like double ambassador, I think, if I started at 19. So I just love that. And it just doesn't matter like where you are
Makes me
and what you go
excited.
through.
Ooh, that makes
Yeah,
me excited to be 30. Woo.
girlfriend, I still got it, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'll go right into the first question. But I love everything that you had to say. I love your personality, I love your story, I love that you keep it real. So don't you worry about that mouth that you got, because I'm just as bad. So we're gonna go into the first question here. Now, I love that your story was kind of like, when you did first start, you didn't really just take right off. Like, when I first joined, I mean, this is my second time in the business and I'm running for double. But like, the first time that I did it, it was kind of wishy-washy, you know what I mean? So basically, like, when you first got started with the business, how or when did you just make that decision that you were going to get plugged in, and how did you catch that vision of what it was really going to do for you? Because I know it's really hard when you're new to catch that big vision, because when you first start, you don't think of all that stuff. So especially having like a 2-week delay when you joined, like, how did you catch that vision and just get plugged in?
So, like, literally, I'm sorry, I need you to stop. He's acting like my actual child and talking. Like, I need you, no, you're interrupting. He's like my, like, literal kid. Stop. No, no. Okay, so it wouldn't be a Zoom if there wasn't kids, like, bothering everybody. So, truthfully, I didn't see a vision whatsoever. Like, I didn't know what vision was. I didn't know I was supposed to have a vision. I didn't know what people were, like, I don't know, you're clueless when you join, like, what the heck's a vision? So, like, I heard people, like, had them, but I wanted to find one. So that's, like, what I want you to hear. Like, if you're semi-new, you're a few months in or whatever, and you still don't know, like, what you're trying to do this for, you just need to want to find one, and eventually you're going to figure it out. Stop. But don't feel pressured right off the bat to be like, okay, like, this is my vision, this is what I'm doing. Like, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it. You don't have to be pressured to be like, this is my why. I'm going to write it down and this is it. It's okay to be a spaz. If you take anything from me tonight, it is okay to be a spaz. You need to want to find a vision, and you need to work for that and, like, figure that out. But don't feel pressured when someone, like, is like, what is your why right now? Dude, you guys, I don't have kids, like, and I'm not in school, and, like, don't have a job to quit anymore. Like, sometimes you're looking for your why. Sometimes you're looking for it. So do not beat yourself up for not having a clear, you know, vision. And my girls on here, y'all are supposed to have a vision. Like, I have a vision board, but, like, it's not like I'm being like, you know, I'm doing this for my kids right now. Like, I'm doing it for my kids in the future, and I'm looking forward to that, and blah, blah, blah. But it's not like, well, my kids are not going to have food on the table if I don't do this. I don't have kids. So, like, it's, you know, I have pets, but I don't know if that makes sense. I'm being a spaz, but if you take anything from me, please know it's okay to be a spaz. But I do want to say that sometimes people blame laziness on a lack of vision, and really you're just lazy. Because you don't have to have this crystal clear vision to not be lazy. You can have a work ethic without having a vision. Like, don't confuse work ethic and vision. Like, you can be a strong worker and, like, focus and just get your ish done, even though you don't know, like, exactly what you're doing it for yet. There's a difference in lack of vision and laziness. So I just really, like, so my colors are literally, you guys, I'm literally 50-50 blue and red. So you're going to get both of those from me tonight. Oh my gosh. There's so many kids all over
all
me.
I can freaking say, I mean, if you have more to add on to that, feel free to say it, but, like, mic drop on the laziness part. because that's how I am too. Like I am a very big red in this business, and I just like to be that way even with my team but I speak that way about myself too. And I love how she just like, don't feel pressured to like have that why, because I mean, I really did have a strong why when I first joined the business, but like she said, your why is always going to be changing, and you're going to find that over time in your business, you're just going to be reinventing yourself with that growth process. And I mean, like even right now where I am trying to run for double diamond, and like we are doing great and we're pushing for it, but like sometimes I have to step back and be like, like I hit diamond, I replaced my income, I'm paying my bills, I'm doing the things. So like I've never dreamed bigger before ever in my life. So I think it's just trusting the process and just being willing to like conquer that growth over time. So
Well, and sometimes I don't know what kind of childhood everyone had. People grow up seeing parents like either you had a parent that had a very strong work ethic, and I don't want to offend anyone. Really, I don't care if I offend anyone because obviously you needed to hear it if the shoe fits. But you either had parents or parental figures who had a strong work ethic or ones who didn't. There are parents who choose to work like nonstop. And let me tell you, that was mine. That's why I'm a compulsive worker. Like I was working 100 hours weekly, killing myself at 18 and 19 years old because I grew up seeing my mom work 3 jobs. It's like that kind of thing. So like you can grow up with seeing hard work and without seeing hard work, but you can't like you're gonna have to like own up and take responsibility and realize that you're the grown-up now. And regardless of if you grew up seeing hard work or seeing a good work ethic or not, like you just have to realize you're the grown-up now. Like you have to realize that. So there's people who have an awful work ethic because their parents did work so much and handed them everything. But then there's also people whose parents worked a ton that still couldn't hand them everything, and so they automatically have a hard work ethic because they immediately like were like, okay, I gotta work to get my ish done. So like some people are handed stuff, some people aren't. Some people watch their parents like being lazy, or one of my best friends has like she has actual, she has to support her parents because they just won't get up off of their asses. Like it's not a good situation. And that's real life. People have rough childhoods or people have rough parental figures, but there's the line drawn once you decide to launch your own business and be like, okay, like I'm the adult now. Like it's time for me to like create my own work ethic. So regardless of if your parents handed you everything or if you had to start working for what you needed from day one, like you determine your work ethic and you also determine your laziness.
boom. I love that. I just said that to a girl the other day who was messaging me about the potential distributor option. And she was going on and on about how she did another company with this other girl, and how this girl was like promising her all this money and like blah, blah, blah. And then she just didn't see any success. And I like am totally that person where I was sending voice messages and I lay it out flat. And I'm like, listen, sister, I can't sit here and promise you a paycheck, but I can sit here and promise you that I'm going to be a good leader and I'm going to do whatever I can to get you to where you need to be. But like your worth ethic is always going to determine your success. Bottom line, that's just no matter where you are in the business. So the second question I'll just go right into is, what do you say to people that, and I like literally hate this word, and I've heard this word on like a Pam Souter thing, stuck. Being stuck. It's like a terrible, negative, dirty, nasty, filthy word that we shouldn't tell ourselves. But what would you say to people that do say that they're stuck in their business, and how can they overcome these feelings? And I cannot wait for you to just lay it out, girl, because I know exactly what you're going to say. So lay it out.
So, I recently, like, I'm totally like, not rebuilding. I tell people to never say that you're rebuilding because you're always building. And rebuilding just sticks a negative mindset into your head, like, I'm rebuilding my chart again. Like, you're always building. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't already be bringing in someone that can replace that person that just quit. Like, you should be bringing in people all the time. But that's my brain is everywhere. I actually went to Stacy. I go to Stacy a lot. I literally call her my mom. I call Stacy my mom. I adore Stacy. She literally sent me like a hype up, like good luck voice message right before I got on this. And like, I love her. And she has been up with me before at 2 a.m. explaining cabs to me, explaining the comp plan. Like, she is like my mom. I love her. And so my maid of honor, I met her. Those other two bridesmaids are no longer bridesmaids, by the way. Like, there was bad beef, like fallout, no longer bridesmaids. But my maid of honor, my actual, like, she's my best friend. The business actually brought us together, and we didn't know we lived 10 minutes apart, like where I used to live. So she's my maid of honor. She's like a year or two younger than me. And she was my diamond from when we went double. And we had to have a very, very serious talk last month. And she's like, I just don't think that this is where I'm meant to be. And when that's your best friend, but it's also the diamond to your double diamond, when you're a double diamond, your two big legs are an emerald and a diamond. So when that's your diamond leg, you're like, oh, when I tell you guys, like, she enrolled like 45 customers the month she went diamond. Like, she's a very, very strong team member and my absolute best friend. I went to Stacy and I was like, so my diamond, like, just texted me and was like, I don't know what's wrong. I just feel kind of stuck. I don't know, like, basically the question you just said. And I went to Stacy and I was like, I don't know what to do, because she knows what to do. She obviously knows what to do. And Stacy literally told me, hold on, let me find the message. It won't take me long. Okay. Stacy literally told me, I don't know what, I'm reading this from Stacy. I don't know what or how her faith is, but I'd tell her to get down on her knees and pray on it. And then ask God for the direction that she needs, and see if this is the purpose that she needs to pursue. And then type this to her and be so blunt. Wake up tomorrow, complete this list, give them the list, and finish it by 5 p.m. Tell me when you're done. And this was before she came to me and officially was like, I just don't think this is like what I need to do. This was before that, when she was like, I don't know what's wrong. And I was like, I just don't think you're completely doing everything. And as soon as I said that, the next morning, before I even woke up, it was 10 a.m. and she had finished the entire list. And like step by step, she's like, okay, I just sent those messages. And she had blown up my text, and she hadn't worked like that in forever. But because she said she was stuck, and I just literally said, talk to God about it out loud. And then here's a list, do it, report back to me. It gave her a thing to do. It told her who to go to for guidance. And she got everything done, and I'm pretty sure she enrolled that day too. And she was like, wow. Like, wow. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Like, all it was saying, talk to God, and then just, here's this, do it. I'm like, I literally was like, when is the last time you have done that entire list? Like, truly, not skimming the numbers on it, of the number of messages, the number of hosted posts, and lying to yourself about it when you actually did the personal development box on the list. Like, when is the last time you actually did every single piece of it, not just parts of it? Because you can't complete a puzzle if there's a piece or two missing, And it changed her view on everything. Now, granted, I did want to share, like, we all go through stuff, and that's why I told you guys she did eventually quit, but our relationship is stronger now than ever, so don't worry about that. Like, we're still besties. She's still my maid of honor. I absolutely love her. She's so supportive, but it was just insane that she was like, I'm stuck, and she was a diamond and knows how to enroll, like mass enroll. I'm like, here's this list, just do it and talk to God out loud, and boom, like, her business, she got enrollments, and that's the way you move forward, is you enroll.
Absolutely. I love that so much. It's always coming down to like one simple choice, because like you gave that stuff to her, but she still made that choice to go and do it. And that's all she needed to do was just step up a little bit, go do those things, and then she made it happen, you know? And I felt that way with some teamies and stuff, and especially when they're your friends, it makes it a little bit harder to give them the slap in the face that they need. But when you do
Oh my
that,
God,
it like
it's hard.
it's really
Like you guys,
hard.
you make the best friends in this business, but it makes it harder, but so worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this question here, number 3, and like I know that we kind of went over the questions, so like you kind of see them too, but and we did kind of talk about like finding your why and how that's always changing, but um like what would you say to like, and I feel like this was kind of like into like the conversation when Stacy put us in that chat so that you could pump me up when I was feeling down, because when you're trying to go to the next level in your business, no matter whether it's Ruby or Double or wherever you are, there's always going to be like that glass wall that you have to break. I know that a lot of it is mindset, but like what would you say to like finding your purpose and like going to the next level and getting that kind of motivation and dedication, and then also going into like overcoming the repetitiveness of the business and just like getting lazy and bored with the tasks and just, I don't know, like you just don't give it your all, you know what I mean?
So the first thing I want to say is this business is not meant to stress you out, you guys. And I don't know, like, drop a 1. We're gonna start the numbers. Drop a 1 in the chat. Business has ever stressed you the hell out. Whoop, there's mine. You guys, this business is not meant to stress you out. This business is meant to be fun. Yeah, you're a business owner and stress comes with it because you guys, we work with people. People suck. People suck. Okay? They suck. And that's the majority of where the stress comes from, is whether it's drama, because good Lord, there's so many females, or when, someone quits, or if someone bashes you on Facebook and it goes viral and you have to block almost 2,000 people, or, I've been there, or, your upline leaves, or you're not enrolling as much as you want to. Like, guys, the stress comes with it, but the business itself is not meant to be stressful, and it's made so simply. And other companies, other businesses, and I can say this because I've had people switch and then try to come back, it is nothing like the way we have it outside of It Works. And if you've done another business and come here, you can attest to this, because I have people, I don't like poach intentionally or anything, but people who have done other businesses years ago will come here and be like, I didn't know like training was a thing. Like, I do like a first 5 days of training and then like welcome to the team and like all of that. And like, I didn't know like training was a thing. Like, I didn't know that support was a thing. I didn't know like we were considered a family, or like all one team. Like, I didn't know that this was a thing. Yeah, because that's a It Works thing. Like, this is special. So whenever you like start getting annoyed or stressed out or whatever, just remember it's you overcomplicating it. It's not the business. It's you stressing yourself out, or it's people. It's not the business. Stop blaming the business for everything bad going on, because it is not the business. The business is so simple. Our business model is phenomenal. Our comp plan is better than any other comp plan out there. I promise. It is better than any other comp plan out there, you guys, and this is not meant to stress you out. So just when you are feeling repetitive and just like lazy or whatever, that, laziness, again, I said that comes with being a grown-up. Pull up the big girl britches and be a grown-up. I'm under Jade Hooper, and I'm in her, Diamond and Above page, and she'll go live in there, and she is so real. Like, she'll just start hollering or crying or laughing or whatever, and she will start going off and be like, some of you guys joined this and then you started making money, or maybe you like didn't or whatever. Obviously in the Diamond and Above page you have made money, And she's like, you made money with it, and then you're gonna post that you supplemented your income, and then you just like, but like, you're not making money now. So like, what are you doing? Like, she was adding the people who just like weren't working, weren't enrolling, weren't taking it seriously, got lazy. And she's like, you're an adult. You have bills. Where is your money coming from? Like, what, like, she's like, how are you eating food? How is your power still on? You're an adult. Like, she's like, you guys are acting like little kids who like their parents take care of them, but like, when are you finally going to cut the cord and just be an adult? So that really slaps so many people in the face, because it's like, when you start feeling lazy or like repetitive, or like, it's repetitive for me to clock in and work a 16-hour shift wiping butts as an 18-year-old and cleaning up dead bodies, but I did it every single day. Yeah, it's repetitive, but it's how I paid bills and took care of my ex-best friend's infant. I had to be an adult. It was repetitive and I got sick of it, but oh my gosh, I had to be an adult about it. So it all has to do with like taking responsibility and just like literally, like, I'm pretty sure everyone on here is older than me, and I'm telling you guys to grow up. So that was just about the laziness and repetitiveness. But just when you are, you know, wanting to go to the next level, it requires growing even more. So, you know, I just told you need to grow up. You got to grow up again. When you want to go to the next level, you guys, the tasks are the same. Like, you know, the charts, they're a little bit different, but they're the same. It's all rubies. Everything's the same. The business is the same. The business doesn't change. And the time of year, I don't care what you say, like, it's boom season right now if you make it. And like, nothing changes about ranking up besides the amount of volume you need and like the team members or whatever. But that's just technical stuff. You do the same things over and over and over to get all that in. But you have to, like, to be able to go to the next level, you have to like mentally like grow, and that is just painful. It's hard, it's painful. You're gonna cry, you're gonna talk to God and be like, why are you telling me to do this, because this is really freaking hard. Like, why was I led to do something I'm so stressed out about? And you're gonna be like, but growth is painful. And when you're going through that growing season, like, when you are feeling the pain, that's how you know it's happening. Because if I hadn't gone through moving 13 hours from everything I'd ever known, and then losing my two best friends and my uplines, and then going viral, getting blasted on Facebook, which is my main market, while also having to step up and be the leader I wish I had because I lost mine, I wouldn't have grown into the person that I needed to be to go double. I can tell you that right now. Like, it grew me, because you just, when you're going through pain, and your pain's not going to look like my pain. You're not going to necessarily lose an upline or lose friends or move 13 hours away or go viral getting blasted, but something's going to happen and you're going to hurt, but you're going to like grow so hard. I don't know if y'all remember when we were little, but if y'all remember growing leg pains, those things hurt. Okay, growth hurts, but just to go to the next level is just doing the same things that you always do, but growing mentally and as a human. You're going to mature. I don't care how old you are, but you're going to be maturing. Like, you're going to have to pour into yourself. You're going to have to open your Bible and talk to the big man. Like, I used to be that person who was like, yeah, I'm going to pray for you, but I didn't actually do the praying. Oh my gosh, I'm praying for you. I didn't actually pray. Who's done that before? Drop a 2. Let's be honest here. Oh my gosh, I'm praying for you. Didn't stop and say a prayer. I'm going to talk to God about it. Did you speak out loud and just feel like a crazy person for a little bit? Be like, all right, homie, we need to have a chat. Like, you can talk to him however the heck you want, but until you really, really start, you know, talking to God and being open to growing and open to the pain that comes with growing, you're not going to level up. I just rambled. That was my answer to that.
No, I love that. I love it. And like growing my faith with God has been like something and Stacy has helped me out with that a lot along the way too. Cause like I know her from like the first time I did the business, and like she's, like you said, like a mama bear pretty much. But I just want to touch too is that like, yeah, this business is supposed to be fun, but if you're working your business 24/7, like literally 24/7 a day. And I've been there. I mean, if you're running for a promotion, like, girl, I get it. Like, you got to do what you got to do. You might have a little more screen time. Okay. But if you're on your phone 24/7 every single day, you better be ambassador like yesterday. Cause that, it's not supposed to be stressful like that. And choosing, like how she said, like you can choose to make it the best month ever. Okay. I've heard a lot of people say, and I know we all have, that it's a slow season. And I'm even guilty of like preaching that to my team. Like, yeah, we all know it's a slow season, which is so silly because why? When the freaking coronavirus came out, I didn't let that slow me down. Like I didn't, like obviously I'm an adult, like I have bills to pay and things to do. So like I couldn't let a pandemic slow me down, and it didn't. Like honestly, when all that crap happened, it was like the best 2 months I ever had. And I promoted
I
to
was
diamond,
just
and
I
yeah,
was
I
just
earned the
about to
bonus. It
say
was,
I saw my highest paychecks ever in my entire life as soon as people were like, I really am waiting on this stimulus check, like
yeah.
our getting cut off, like where's the stim check? And I'm like, I just got like I felt kind of guilty because I was like, I just had the highest paychecks of my life and everyone's out here struggling, like this
Yeah.
opportunity. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you're fine. I love the conversation because like it's just really getting the point across is that like, right now with boom season, I'm not going to let it get stuck in my dang head for the rest of the month or the next 2-3 months, especially with Christmas coming around. Like, I don't care if Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming for my family too, and I got presents to buy. Like, like this is a job. And so kind of just touching on, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling too, but it just makes so much sense, is like, this is our job. So if you're feeling lazy and like what we do is repetitive, and I've had people that aren't on my team anymore, but they would come to me and just feel like, is there anything else to this? Like I'm like showing up, posting a picture of me holding a coffee cup every day. It just feels really repetitive. And I'm like, well, welcome to the club, sister, because that's what I do every single day to earn a paycheck. Like, this is our job. This is what we do. We market products. That's all we do is sign customers and share the business opportunity. That's it. So I just love that so much. And it's just stepping up and just knowing that like, this is your job. And if you want to make money, if you want to be successful, you have to show up and do these things every day, whether or not you feel like it. Don't ever work based on how you feel. Work based on what you want, and you're going to get there in time. So just let's see here. I'm sorry if we're kind of like going over time. Well, we're not really too much. Okay, so going to the next question. How do you, and we're kind of switching it up a little bit here, going to like a leader's perspective and like for people that are in promotion spots, but how do you find is like the best way that you pump your team up for their promotions and really motivate them to just stop overthinking the work and just do it and enroll the dang customers?
So stop telling them to get hype. I'm being so like serious right now. Stop getting pissed that nobody's responding in your team chat and start booming a crap ton of LCs and GTs. And they're gonna be like, damn, Carol. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm trying to make it to Jade's VIP retreat. And they're gonna be like, oh shit. And they're gonna jump on the bandwagon. I'm telling you, it's as simple as that. I am telling you. Because I have tried tooth and nail. I've done like the one-on-one coaching calls, I'm hosting like a diamond boot camp for my team, and one other person's team. We're collabing right now and like being hype like that. And your leaders can do stuff like that. You can do stuff like that. You can do hype Zooms and all sorts of things. But the only thing that's really going to make people want to level up is when they see you ready to level up. And that's the most real thing that I can tell you, because as soon as I told all those leaders that time, on that Zoom, when I said, okay, like our uplines are gone, I'm what you got left. And I was like, okay, I guess we're going to go double diamond. I was like, I started getting like, I was like, I'm a boss ass bitch. like I literally was just like, all right, I'm the leader now. I get to host the Zooms. I get to do the enrollments. I get to decide when we promote. I don't just piggyback off of my upline's promotions. Like I'm deciding like this team is going double diamond. You know what I mean? Like okay, how many of you have ever waited for your upline to go double or triple to be like, all right, I'm going emerald because my leader is going double, so I gotta go emerald. No, just be like, dude, okay, like it's not, because until my leaders quit, I didn't realize that like I didn't have to wait for other people to promote for it to be my time to promote. Like, no, just like be like, okay, like I'm gonna post this and like just go off and be like, all right, like I'm promoting. Holy crap, I'm promoting. And then your team is gonna be like, oh my god, and that's literally what happens. So just start enrolling, go crazy, and then blast it on your social media, and your confidence is going to go to your team, and then your team's going to be like, so what host of post are you using? And then they're going to start host of posting. So you guys, it's all in them seeing you doing this stuff. I swear. Like, it's as simple as that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I really think, and this is something that I've taken from like, you know, because we have really great leaders too, Kara, Brooke, Stacy, Morgan. Like I look up to all of those people since the day that I joined. And I've always taken that the pace of the leader is always going to be the pace of the team. And I've even learned over time. And like, I try really hard not to ever get in the mindset where like I'm complaining about my team, because like, I mean, I will sit here and confidently say that I have really great leaders on my team, and God has blessed me with an amazing team. And then like, I don't know, it's just amazing. I'm so grateful because I know some people just don't have that and they work really hard to try and get it. But there's only so much that you can do for people, because I mean, I don't really have that so much right now, but I have had, you know, people where it's like you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're like, you want them to promote, but like they gotta want it for themselves too. So like, and I mean, I'm learning a lot from what you're saying too. I'm not perfect. I'm still growing, but I just love what you said, that like you can't just keep trying to hype them up. Yeah, like you can't just like keep trying to hype people up, because that's also exhausting in the same sense. You know what I mean? And like you can just give them, do them, but it's gotta click.
Mm-hmm. And like when you start being like, okay, I've got to get my team moving so that we can promote. Like I need my team to start working more so that we can promote. That's like showing them that you need them. Honey, you don't need them. They need you. Stop being like, oh my God, I need this person. She's been with me for a year. No, you don't. They joined you. They need you. Be a little bit selfish and be like, I'm that bitch, been that bitch, do that bitch, and like,
yeah, no, I get that. I've had people
here because you're here. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
you can't depend on. Like, I was just telling my fiance, we were FaceTiming. He works away from home, and I was like, you know what I noticed today? I have like a little gang in the house. Like I have like a pack, because every room that I go in, I have 2 cats and a dog, and every single room that I go in, all 3 of them come with me. I go to the kitchen, they're with me. I go to the bedroom, they're in there. Even if I sleep on the couch, they don't go to the bedroom to sleep in there like we normally do. They're going to stay at the couch where I'm sleeping, because the pack does what the leader does. You're the leader of your pack. I don't care if like you're a leader and you also have another leader. Like, I'm not going to wait for Courtney Vogel to try to like promote again, because she can't. She's a double ambassador. I'm not going to wait for her to need to promote again to be like, all right, she needs me, I'm going to pick up the pace. No, like, it doesn't matter what your leader is doing. Like, you are the leader of your pack. Just go. Like, don't wait on your pack to start going.
Yeah, own your team and own that crap. And I just like one little tidbit thing that stuck out to me about that was because I have had somebody join before, and she quit like almost immediately, but she messaged me and she goes, I am so sorry. I am really sorry to do this to business. And like, I know you were so excited to have me. And I'm just like, listen, Linda, no, like the only person that you're hurting right now is yourself. Like, I'm good. You're like, you being on my team is never going to benefit, or not benefit, but like, it's never going to determine my success in this business. Like, you're either coming with me or you're not. So, I love that. So
We write in
my
pencil
last
for a
thing here is, what's that? I'm sorry.
sorry. We write in pencil for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I never used to do. And Stacy was like, girl, because I'd send her my chart and she'd be like, really, Anna, whiteout and scribbles? What are you, 2 years old? I'm like, so I use pencil for everything now. So what are some of your best tips for host to post? And then there's one more question after that. So I hope I'm not keeping you too long, but this is like so dang good. Can you guys
Girl,
just like drop a 3 or whatever number we're on? If this Zoom is like firing you up right now, because I feel like ready to get off and go double.
I actually, you're not keeping me. I'm like basically living home alone right now. So I'm still adjusting to my fiance not being home during the week.
Right.
Giveaway host post. That's my biggest thing. Anyone that comments on a host post bait that I put up, my friends list is so burnt out on host posting for me. I give all of them a giveaway host post. I don't even care if I give them a host post last week or a month ago. They're always going to get a giveaway host post now because I have literally ran through my friends list and my friends list. So I need to find my friends list. So by doing that, any single like it is a straight up rule. And anytime someone on my team's like, host post just isn't working for me anymore, I'm like, so are you giving every single person that you either message for host, like if I message for host to post, they're getting a giveaway one. And if I'm doing a host to post bait on Facebook and people comment, they're getting a giveaway one, because it's going to tap into so many other networks that I won't have to do, like I might have to do maybe 2 host to post bait posts in a month. Like instead of posting nonstop, comment to get entered into my giveaway like all the time. Instead of just I end up only posting that like twice because I've tapped into everyone else's network and I'm still working through their host to post posts for me. So like there's so many giveaway posts out there for me that I don't have to keep burning my network, because I've literally like I'm telling you all, Facebook is my main market. So giveaway post.
I do that too. I like to call that double dipping. But I want to touch on that too, is it's like, how do you, when you're doing that, because I know that when I do giveaway posts like that, sometimes it like gets really, it gets crazy. So how are you like managing your time with that and keeping up with it and like not getting blocked on Facebook and like, because that can be a lot of freaking people. So how are you like even managing all those?
So let me try to remember. I still have some notebooks that are like packed up, so I can't find them right now. But so I'm not organized at all. I don't have a planner. I have shitty follow-up lists. Like, don't come to me for organization help, okay? Especially because we just moved last Wednesday. So I literally will take a piece of paper. Like, I try to keep it all in one notebook, but I don't know where that notebook is right now. I take the notebook and I literally put HAP and then whatever the heck the date is. I don't even know what date it is today. And I number it like 1 to 10 or ever how many host posts I want to get up that day. So most of the time I do 15. And when I've given someone a post to put up, or when I say like, hey, like, saw your comment to get entered, and you're just gonna post this, and like, does that sound good? And they're like, yes. As soon as they say yes, I write their name down, and then I send them like what they're gonna put up for me, and if they put it up, I highlight their name. So that way, at the end of the day, if all 15 spaces are filled with people who said yes, they're going to post for me, but there's 4 that I haven't highlighted yet, I just go back to them and I'm like, hey, did you manage to get that post up real quick? And once they do, get down, crackhead. Sorry. I have twins. I don't know if y'all know that life. But I just follow up with them. I'm like, hey, did you want to get your name in the giveaway? Because just follow up with them like, hey, did you get that post up? And they're like, oh crap, I was at work, I forgot. And they put it up, and that's how I make sure that they get up, and I keep track of who I need to remember to enter their names. But the ones that explode, I will literally, just so I don't get blocked, I comment back to each comment, and it boosts the post every time. I hit reply, and then it'll obviously like highlight their name to mention them in the comment, and it notifies them. And I'm like, hey, what is it? I have it saved in my word board. Hold up. Oh wait, hold on. It just says, please friend me so I can get you entered. And I have it saved in my text replacements.
Mm-hmm. Now, do
Because
you
that way they're
wait?
friending me.
Oh, sorry. Do you, I might like cut you off a little bit here and there because it's like little tidbits, but like, do you, like when you're adding friends and then you're messaging them, like, do you wait for them to friend you back before you message them? So you just like put the message in and then back out, or like you do wait to do that, or
Yeah,
do you
so
just like friend them and then message them and just like get it out?
you absolutely need to wait until you're friends with them, or
Okay.
else you will get blocked. Like that's a guarantee. I live on Facebook to run my business. If I didn't have Facebook, I wouldn't have a business. So you absolutely need to wait until you're friends. So you can get blocked from adding too many people if you're going hard in the paint. So until I get blocked, I mention them in the comment and I go, send you a friend request, accept it so I can get you entered. And then as soon as they request it, I message them like how to get entered or whatever, and write their name down as like usual. But then if I get blocked from sending friend requests, which I have for like 72 hours at once before, it'll literally just, I mention them in the comment and I say, please friend me so I can get you entered. And I'll have so many friend requests. And I try to stick it to, if someone comments on a TFX hoster post and I said, please friend me so I can send more info, I need to know who's friending me to be entered into the giveaway and who's friending me that wants TFX info. So I go back and stalk my saved posts to figure out which one they commented on. So it does get a little bit overwhelming, but I will only do so many at a time. So that way, like each day I can keep working through the ones that blew up. And that's how I end up only having to do like 2 host to post posts like per month, maybe like 4 max.
I love
But
that.
when they
I'm
blow
gonna
up and you're
start doing that.
commenting yeah, when they blow up and you're commenting back to each comment and mentioning them, they get notified more and they'll friend you, or they might not, whatever. But either way, it's still bumping the other people's posts constantly. And if you want to be even more extra, I go back on my my old host to post bait posts and other people's, and I go still working through these comments. And I just comment. I don't mention anyone or anything, but that way, if it's been like 4 days and host to post bait one had like 100 or more comments on it, I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them, and I also don't want them to forget what they commented on when I end up popping up in their inbox. So I just keep commenting like, still working through these, please be patient with me, thank y'all so much, or whatever, just to notify everyone who commented that I am working on it, even though it's a week old. I'm still working on it, and it bumps the post in people's timelines again.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing those tips, because I do something like that, but like Facebook is my main platform too. And sometimes it can get really, really stagnant. So I just love that system that you have. So we are running on like an hour and I don't want to keep anybody any later than they have to. So I'm just going to let you have like 1 minute to just spit fire, like whatever comes to mind, like leaving it fired up, just spit fire.
Okay, so this might not be the fire that you need, but I feel like a lot of people deal with it. So I've been ending a lot of Zooms like this lately.
Mm-hmm.
I know this year has been hard for everyone. I have gained weight. I have dealt with depression, like hardcore depression, for the first time in my life alone. My fiance started working away from home during the week and home on the weekends, sometimes 2-week runs. And I've been seeing him every single day for the past almost 5 years. So it was a big change. quarantine, living 13 hours from family, I was dealing with depression like hardcore for the first time in my life. And then I also have diagnosed absolutely ridiculous anxiety. So something that I wanted to leave y'all with is I know you feel funky sometimes. And I know that you can feel funky a lot of the time too. Maybe sometimes all the time. But it's okay to feel funky as long as you're trying to do something about it. So if you're having a bad day, walk outside, make sure the sun hits your skin somehow. Hop on a Zoom with your team and laugh. Play some music that is absolutely ridiculous and dance around to it. Make the stupid TikToks. I will make twerking ones and still enroll DTs from TikTok. Like, I will be stupid as heck on there. But find a way to have fun and cheer yourself up, and it's going to help keep your business moving along too when you're feeling funky.
I love that. Thank you so much, Carol. Yay! I loved all of it. So that's it.
Sorry,
That's
I
like all I
rambled
have.
over time.
No, I love it. And I'm sorry if it was like long for you or anything, but they were just so good. And all those questions just like laid on my heart. And I got a lot out of that. I got like a page full of notes. So taking notes, like you have to go back and watch the recording. So anyways, I hope that you have a good night, and thank you so much again for doing this with us.
Thank y'all. I had so much fun.
All right, I'm gonna hop off here, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.